What's happening, everybody? So I wanted to say first and foremost, I'm excited for Borderlands 4. No matter what I say in this video, please don't take this as K6 as being a negative Nancy. I just want everything to be as good as possible. So if I bring something up that I don't like, please don't just interpret that as, oh, he's just whining, blah, blah, blah. He wants his way, blah, blah, blah. I just notice things that I have concerns about, okay? Yesterday, I didn't even see the gameplay trailer thing, this thing here. So let's start off with this. All right, so this is the Timekeeper. We've seen him before in the previous trailer. This dude tried to throw up a flag. It didn't help him. He's dead.
What use is a vault hunter?
Yeah, her flying in and her pet back here. Her pet's name is Trouble. Trouble is kind of badass. I kind of like the pet. And her name is Vex. Not Ava. Not Ava.
Is a killer.
All right, so Vex, the first character we see there, she had a rough upbringing that was made more complicated by receiving her siren powers. Already sounds like Ava, all right? Her cynical and sarcastic demeanor comes from having to fend for herself and scrape for everything she's got. Sounds like Ava. But underneath her salty exterior, Vex is an empath who knows better than anyone how much life can suck. Ever the pessimist, Vex still believes in helping others, and if helping others means dealing damage to oppressive jerks, Vex will always be first in line. That's your siren character, right? We'll talk about the other ones as we go. Now, I want to point this part out. I want you guys to watch this. Everybody who's like, oh, we need gore in Borderlands.
Brutes.
Bro. Bro.
A rule-breaking, loot-taking, running and gunning natural.
Dude is Reinhardt the Clawbringer. Now, that guy's name is Amon. Is that how you say that? Amon. A-M-O-N. He's also known as the Forge Knight. Vex was listed as the Siren, which, you know, obviously. Amon was raised in a vault monster worshipping cult until the vault was opened and the creature turned on everybody he loved. As the only survivor, he dedicates his life to finding and killing as many of these beasts as he can. This is Amon right here. He was the only one that survived. This is Marlowe. Marlowe is a Maliwan, and she's also a Trant, by the way. So it's Harlow Trant.
You are in a word.
Now, there's like other moments with Harlow in the other video that we're going to watch too, where she does ties that bind. If you can like actually bubble up an enemy and then you literally get to choose to like throw them into the ground or throw them into their other enemies, that shit is badass. So I can't wait to see what all she can do. She literally throws them into 2 exploding barrels down here, which is awesome.
In a word.
Dude, love it. I love that. So Harlow, she is the Gravatar. Harlow is a former Maliwan combat scientist driven by the need to understand how things work. While this initially made her an outcast among her Trant relatives, Harlow has used her intellect to bring new tech and gadgetry to the battlefield as a vault hunter. All right, I like her. I like her. I'll be straight up. You guys know how like in your family you're probably the smart one, right? Because you play Borderlands, so obviously you're already smarter than most of your family. That's Harlow.
Mayhem.
And then here we get Rafa. Now this is probably my main. Just so we can get this right off the bat here. I love that this guy gets hit in the face. Bonk. So Rafa is the Exo Soldier. He was born and raised in microgravity, which severely altered his bone density and musculature, making it impossible for him to survive elsewhere. Desperate to explore, he signed up to TDOR's military force. In exchange for a tour of duty, his body was altered for a new kind of exosuit. But when it became clear that TDOR never intended to end his service, Rafa went AWOL. This is kind of like MOZE's story in a way. Now he's on the run and plans to enjoy whatever time he has left before his TDOR dead frame ends him for good. I don't really know what that means, but it sounds like maybe he's a ticking time bomb, like he only has so much time to live or something like that, you know what I mean? That's who I'm leaning toward maining right now, him and Harlow. Those are the two that I'm like most interested in. I really like the Siren, the look and stuff. Amon is my least interested character right now, so far. There we got a giant, what the hell is this? This is like, is it a turducken? I don't know what is this thing, dude? But it's got guns. It's a big mean chicken. Yeah, I like that. It's a robot chicken. Oh shit. Yeah, if somebody can ride on the back, then it's a robot chicken jockey. There is a turret up here. I wonder if somebody could jump on the back. If like these guys are running around and if you just time it right, you can jump on the back and like they run around and you get to like hang out in their turret. That'd be amazing. And then here, somebody's doing like an energy whip. So whoever's hand this is, they have spikes. Would that be the Siren? That's not the Siren, is it? It's not Rafa either, right? It's Amon? You think it's Amon? Okay. So heavy weapons and grenades are going to be done differently than before. And this looks like a boss fight, and you've got like speakers. So this is probably like a mini boss of some sort. He's about to get shot right in the nards, dude. Right in the nards, dude. Yeah, that's this is what my wife sees. Oh, sorry, sweetie. There's a lot of like animals running around with like giant ass guns, man. And look, here's the like the chest down here to give you kind of a size. That's pretty big. That's pretty nice. Borderlands is back.
Use the fish for
So
cover.
here in this shot, you can see Marlowe's ability in the background holding up two of these enemies. And you know how like enemies in Borderlands 3 would like hit grenades at you with their baseball bat? Here it looks like they literally will take their dead teammates' heads and hit them at you. I kind of love that. I'll be honest. And then here she slides in. Okay, now look, she's got 3 enemies bubbled. And then she's going to hit the barrel, and you can see that Cryo is back because it's right there on the barrel. She hits that. We can't tell if it killed all of them, but if that's like ties that bind, dude, if she has something that's like ties that bind, you like, you know, get 3 enemies bubbled, you hit one and they all die, dude, I might have a different main. This almost looks like, you know how the Slaga had its magazines come off the side? You can't really tell there, but and then this is Amon in a different skin, I guess. Dude, this look at the enemy density here. This is nutty. Dude, this looks amazing though. Let's go frame by frame here. Oh, and you got a little dude. You got a little dude right here. Little dude in the middle. Love it. What's this? What's going on here? Oh, is this more enemies getting ready to spawn in, or what do you guys make of that? Or is that somebody's action skill getting ready to do something? I actually can't tell. You like the graphical upgrade? Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Now remember, all of this is from PS5 as well, right? Like on PC, it should be even better. Okay, hold on. It seems to be spawning around each of these guys. So this guy's got one around him. This one's got one around him. He's got one around him. He's got one around him. And this guy's got one around him. So then as you go forward, okay, it's definitely got to be some sort of action skill, and it's targeting multiple enemies. But we don't know what the action skill is. But it's definitely targeting just like that. Boom, boom, boom. 5 enemies. Or is it 4 enemies? Looks like 4 enemies. No, 1, 2, 3. No, it's 5. Targeted 5 enemies at once. And here's an enemy with a shield, which you just completely obliterated. Dude, look at the effects down here too. Splatters out. And then he dropped another one of these guys, which we think this is probably that Ordinite that Randy Pitchford was talking about. So here's where we're going to get a lot of guns pop up really fast. So you can already see 2 went by right there. There's a third one. That one's definitely Jacob's. There's, damn, I don't even know. That looks pretty nice. That looks really weird. And then here in the background, you see 1 legendary and a bunch of whites. So apparently somebody killed Terramorphous. Looks like confirmed Terramorphous in Borderlands 4. It died outside this door. This gun looks like, what are those guns that you just like shoot out like BBs or something? Like, this gun doesn't look like it has anything to it. It's very thin. I like the skin on this one though. I guess this would be a Ripper skin. This is like the Ripper clan skin possibly. Oh, also, did you guys notice that you can grapple things other than just these? You can also grapple like certain environmental objects and chuck them at enemies. This one's got like crystals and stuff coming out of it. I forget what they had said about that. And then we got Trouble here. Trouble's adorable. Kind of love Trouble, won't lie. I love that he ate that guy's face. We got some money. We got a blue item, and we got some Ordinite. Blow shit up. Love that. Blow shit up together. Even better. Dude, I like this guy. The head robot thing. This is pretty neat. I wonder, I'm guessing this is going to be like a boss or a mini boss of some sort. And this has to be like some sort of boss, right? Now, this is 100%. This hammer looks just like the hammer in Wonderlands. Am I wrong on this? All right, so it looks like all the vehicles are going to be like these hover style, no vehicles with wheels, perhaps. I don't know. It's hard to tell about this one down here. No, it was hovering too, dude. All right, so watch this guy right here. What? This is the part. Yeah, this is it right here. Bro, tell me you guys know about Akira. Great homage to Akira. If you guys have never seen Akira and you consider yourself an anime fan, what?
Be advised, a citywide
I like these guys. They seem like they're really good friends. This is what I do with my friends all the time. When me and Jolt's dude hang out, this is Jolt's dude. This is me.
curfew has been enacted. Violators will be shot on sight.
Break. Dude, in this part right here, love this. This guy, he's like golden and white, but he's like skin, and then he turns like a golden and white dude. He's like a Dune character or some shit. Damn boy, he thick. Dude, that's just me without a shirt. What are you talking about? Completely normal body type, guys. Come on now. Probably gonna be a fun ass fight. Oh, look, she got a different hairstyle in this shot. They did some different customizations here. Even got some decent enemy density here. It's only 4, but oh yeah, here's one where he grabs an item off of here and he pulls it in and then he chucks it at these guys and blows them up. Dude, that shit alone is like, I'm already like freaking out. Like the amount of stuff that I can do with that is gonna be awesome. Here you got a dog that has picked up an axe or a stag but I don't know what he is, dude. I don't know what he is, but he's got an axe. All right, dude, this boss, holy crap, dude. Captain Handsy over here. Yep, dope. Love it. Love it. To me, that's the best trailer so far, obviously. You can see a lot of extra stuff, and I love it. All right, so as you can see, Borderlands.com, go ahead and wishlist it. All right, now here we have the deep dive. So let's dive into this. So this is the ordnance system. They said that this is going to replace like actually doing rocket launchers and grenades. You're going to have this option that you can do ordnance, which is like heavies and grenades. I don't know. I'm still confused about the whole ordnance thing. They didn't really explain that a whole lot to me. Dude, the maps look beautiful, by the way. I think that's one thing that we can all agree on, no matter what. I think the levels, the maps and the level design on Borderlands games have always been S tier. I don't think I've ever gone into any Borderlands game and gone, man, I really wish those maps didn't look so stupid. And that was, to me, one of the biggest disappointments about Wonderlands is that there was so many beautiful maps. They were all so gorgeous. And then they locked us in the chaos chambers to like get everything. And to me, that was like a huge mistake.
Delivering better loot,
Yeah, just look at this, man. Just the scale of everything is amazing.
greater freedom, and endless mayhem.
Endless mayhem, baby.
And with Borderlands 4, we push things even further.
And let me tell you guys, if you ever have the opportunity to meet Anthony in person, dude is a giant.
This is hands down our best Borderlands ever. All new movement, abilities, bigger and badder enemies,
Dude, bigger and badder enemies. Love it.
and a brand new planet. All in service of making you feel like a total badass.
Yep.
Long-time Borderlands.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Did you guys see that? Look at the animation of this character right here. Just watch the character in the middle.
Long-time Borderlands.
That's different. Okay, so this is, to me, what feels like ties that bind. Right here. Okay, so Harlow has 3 enemies bubbled up. She's going to shoot the one in the middle. Bam. And then they all die. Bro, ties that bind. I don't know, guys. I might be a Harlow main. I might be Team Harlow. I don't know, man.
Back to our more grounded tone while pushing gameplay ahead further than ever before. This is the culmination of years of hard work from my teammates across the Gearbox Studios. So enough talk, let's get it. This is Borderlands
That's
4.
the nerd girl, yeah. Dude. Dude. Bam! Oh my god, watch. Just obliterated, dude.
Borderlands is an unforgiving sci-fi universe where life is cheap
Dude, this is Pickle. Pickle's in the game, guys. There he is.
and guns are plentiful. You play as a
This is a great shot here, too.
Playing as Vex, our new siren. She wields supernatural phase energy.
Okay, so first off, she like chucks a... She does like a sound blast or something down through there. But did she just Did she completely miss everybody, or no? She hits this guy in the front.
Phase energy.
Okay, hold on.
Phase energy to devastating effect.
Okay, so that nuked everybody. I'm excited.
Phase energy to devastating effect.
Awesome.
She can use that energy to empower herself.
I love that. This feels okay. You know, like in one of the things that I loved about Wonderlands was how you used like spells, and while you were doing spells, you were also shooting, sliding, jumping, casting your action skill. This has that gameplay vibe to me, and I love that.
Herself.
Boom, just like that. I love that.
Or channel it to conjure deadly minions that fight alongside her.
And because everything's
Okay, bro, hold up. I got this, guys. Don't worry, I got this. Y'all ready?
Nope.
and because
Nope.
everything's better
Nope.
in co-op,
Nope.
I'm joining as Rafa,
Got it. I got
a
it for
former
y'all.
TDR soldier who wears an experimental.
Yeah, that dude had my aim. I promise, guys, that was not me playing. I promise. This was my first time seeing it just as it was yours. All right, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that this on the ground right here is the Ordinite stuff, but I don't know what it is and what it does. Also looks like her tattoos grow over time with skill investment like Amara, or like Wilhelm in a way too, right?
Exosuit.
That's a good
He
touch.
can deconstruct an arsenal of weapons.
Dude, okay, when I saw this live, I about literally peed my pants, okay? Just watch.
Like the razor-sharp arc knife.
Bro, he just baraka'd the shit out of this first guy. Watch this. He's like, hey, bro, nice head. Just kidding, it's gone.
Like the razor-sharp arc knives.
Dude, I love it. I love that shit.
These are 2 of our 4 new Vault Hunters that you can play at launch.
Catch that? Did you catch that, chat? Hold on, let me rewind that. All right, listen carefully. Listen carefully.
These are 2 of our 4 new Vault Hunters that you can play at launch.
That you can play at launch. Big if true. Big if true that we are getting more than 4 Vault Hunters.
Borderlands 4 takes place on Kairos, an all-new planet steeped in conflict. For thousands of years, the Timekeeper kept the planet hidden, controlling its inhabitants with bolts, cybernetic implants fused to their spines.
All right, this gun's just not gonna do it. I don't know what she was thinking. She was like, I'll bring this gun into this planet. I'll be fine. All
Anyone who stepped out of
right, check this out. Look, our character is in a cutscene. Our character is in a cutscene.
anyone who stepped out of line was brutally crushed by his army of
Dope as hell.
synthetic soldiers known
We're
as
part of the
Order.
story now.
That is until 6 years ago when Elpis showed up. This rogue moon was teleported away from Pandora at the end of Borderlands 3 by the legendary
That's
Vault
her
Hunter
sister?
Lilith.
Maybe.
When it reappeared across the
Thirst scrap.
galaxy, it crashed into the protective veil around Kairos. The results were devastating. A planet-wide cataclysm.
Dude, okay. We gotta talk about this guy. We gotta talk about this guy right here. Just watch the guy that I've got circled here. Just keep your eyes on him.
Disrupted the Timekeeper's perfect order.
Boing. What was that, bro?
Disrupted the Timekeeper's perfect order.
Boing.
Now people all across Kairos have started rising up,
Oh man.
some even ripping out their bolts. And chunks of their brain along
So looks like a two-headed guy right here, maybe, or can't really tell. Has he got like one robot head, one regular head,
with it.
a big hammer? And again, once again, they're playing baseball with their friends' heads or something.
That's the situation our Vault Hunters have
Dude, the maps, dude. Oh my god. I just want to I want to explore. I
crash
just want to
landed
go
into.
explore right now.
Planet ready to explode, and you're the spark.
Link to Discord in the video
As you
description.
explore, you'll meet a cast of incredible characters.
I like Yoda right here. Yoda's pretty badass. I'm calling him Yoda. I don't care what his real name is. Again, we're in the cutscene. And also, it looks like we're in the cutscene wearing whatever outfit we have on, because this looks like a slightly different outfit than what she normally wears too. And this is the little Ava's little pet all grown up, Hermes. This is Hermes all grown up. And then you got Amara with a slightly different look. She got some blue tips on her hair now.
Fan favorites return.
She got a
Like
different haircut. Oh, here we got Moxie and Zane. Over here on the monitor, it says Carcadia. Is that what you guys would call that? Or Carcadia? Carcadia? I don't know. What do you guys make of that? Dude, Zane looks awesome, though.
You'll also meet new friends like Rush.
Good old Rush. And Claptrap.
And as always, Claptrap is along for the ride.
Bummer's right.
Last but not least is Echo 4.
Echo
This
4 is
helpful
cool, but I would have rather had Gortys back. Maybe it'll be as cute and adorable as Gortys, you know?
Hacking order tech, scanning the environment, and
So in the game now, what you can do is you can literally have the game basically tell you where it is you need to go. So look, no more yellow paint needed. For everybody that wants to complain about yellow paint,
helping guide you to objectives.
you now have the option to say, hey, I want to know where I'm going.
But enough of all that. Let's get into the game.
All right, this is our first look at the main screen where you would party up, you'd select your character, all that stuff. So obviously you got continue, new game, load Vault Hunter, matchmaking, session settings. What do you guys make of this symbol right here? I don't know what to make of these various symbols here. Also, what do you guys make of these things up here? I don't really know what to make of all these various elements. So let's let them say what they're saying here.
Thanks to our improved lobby system, it's easier than ever to join up with your friends on the fly.
Doesn't really say how it's easier to join up with your friends, but it did look like that loaded in really quick, so that's nice.
And with full crossplay at launch, you can play with your friends on any platform.
Today, we're venturing into Terminus Range, a frigid, mountainous region.
Terminus Range. One thing I do have a concern about, let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see it here. I want you to kind of keep an eye down here. Just kind of watch this area real quick.
A frigid, mountainous region.
You see how all the lights kicked on?
Region.
Boom. You see that?
Region.
And keep an eye on like the foliage. Right here you can see something spawn in too. Right here where I'm circling. Watch this. See parts of the trees spawn in right there? I mean, it's console, so maybe, I don't know.
This is just one of the 4 zones on Kairos that you can seamlessly explore. There's next to no loading time, just endless looting and shooting mayhem.
Now, I do love that. I do love that it's seamless. Like, if I want to go over to, like, one biome to another biome, and I'm guessing I'll be able to fast travel everywhere, so I don't necessarily have to, like, drive across empty maps, because God knows I hate that shit. All right, now let's get into my biggest gripe. So far, my biggest concern, not even the UI down here. I'm fine with this. I've heard other people complaining about this UI. I think this is fine. It's whatever. This right here, I don't get why we are going backwards, Gearbox. A mini map right here is fine. It does not clutter the screen that much. Just a mini map right here is fine. This thing is a mess. Keep an eye on this thing as they travel. Just watch as they go around. This thing is supposed to give you information, and it is like the least intuitive way to get information in a video game, in my opinion. I'm fine with the mission stuff being over here and having the pop-up for the character who's like talking to you and stuff. I'm good with all that. When you have 2 other players in here, you're going to be looking at like this much of the screen right here being taken up, it looks like. So I don't know if that's going to work or not. So that's a pretty big chunk of the screen right there being taken up by a 4-player co-op session, you know what I mean? Class mod name back under the health bar. Yes, yeah, I do like that. We are back to having our class mod name on there, Potent Alchemist. I do like the XP thing being around this instead of taking up a chunk of the middle of your screen. I think that's an improvement, honestly. So now when you're leveling up, this thing will fill up. And once this thing fills up, you level up. Now, one thing that's weird, though, is during the gameplay, as they get kills, this thing will loop back around over and over, and I don't know why it does that. It seems like it could just fill up a little bit, and I'm fine with that. I did notice that there was no effects on the shield bar. I was kind of hoping we'd get that back, but we don't know. They might just have like a regular ass shield, so it might just be that.
One of the Timekeeper's generals,
not seeing
Vile
anything there.
Lictor, has been conducting grotesque experiments on locals. It's
I
up
hate
to
when that
us to
happens.
stop him.
All right, let's get moving. Here I'm using Glide, one of our new movement abilities.
Dude,
Along
glide
with
is awesome.
dash, double jump, climbing, and point grapple, these make getting around more fun and add a
Yeah,
ton of
Glide
utility
looks
to
awesome.
combat.
The next glide is even better. Well, not the next one, but one of the ones coming up when they jump off the top of the thing. Looks really awesome.
As you traverse, you'll uncover a vast and beautiful world. And to bring Kairos to life, we've introduced dynamic weather and events, so you constantly have new things to discover.
There's also plenty of local wildlife to contend with, like these Cratch, flying beasts who attack and fly.
These are Cratch. All right, so look up here, guys. Look at this compass. This is a freaking disaster. This is abysmal. What information do you obtain from this mess right here in the middle? What do you get from that? What in the world can you possibly know from that?
Beasts who attack and fly.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so now when you engage in enemies, this thing will glow like almost like a fuchsia, and then enemies will have their dots on there. I despise the compass. I literally despise it.
Here we've come across a silo, one of several new activities in Borderlands 4.
Now, I did notice here, see how it has a meter above it? 53 meters.
You'll naturally discover short gameplay experiences like this all across Kairos.
This is a short gameplay experience. These
There's no need to
silo
pick up a
things.
mission first. These are auto-granted and tracked on your HUD.
Silos house old, decommissioned order tech that you can hijack for the Crimson Resistance.
With the help of Echo 4, we'll hack into their network and release the communications balloon.
All right, so here you completed the silo and you got 40. I'm assuming that is the Ordinite, the new currency thing that I guess is like replacing Iridium. That's my guess, at least. I don't know. All right, now when they come back around here, you can see that the machines now have turned on. You have the ammo
Now that
machine and you have a health machine.
We're in charge. We can fast travel to the
But you love the transition screen? Yeah, the transition screen's awesome.
Now that we're in
So when
charge,
you go into your
we can
menu, it
fast
goes
travel
like
to the
this.
silo.
And that pulls that up. I do hope that this is faster than what they actually show here. Because you know how, like in Borderlands 3, I can just use my my pad on my controller, and I can just tab over to where I need it to go.
And as
Whereas
a
here,
bonus,
they
it's revealed the
slowly
approximate
move
location
across
of a vault
here.
key fragment.
I'm hoping that they were just doing that just to be, you know, just to like
We can
not accidentally show something maybe, or I don't know, but
collect these fragments to unlock
you,
a hidden
Striker.
vault. A high-level dungeon with challenging combat and serious loot.
all right, yeah, this is it right here. So when they scroll back over, there's now a blue item sticking out of the front of this machine. You guys see that? Why is there a blue item sticking out there? Is it item of the day? Is this an ammo vendor or is this a gun vendor? Did the player 2 sell a blue item in there and now you're seeing the player 2's blue item that's been sold in there? We don't know what that's all about. I do love this part right here is awesome.
Let's
to
get
me.
after it.
This glide right here, I love this. I wonder if there's gonna be ways to boost your glide length. You know what I mean? Because it's not a very long glide.
Another nice thing about silos is you can zip line up and take off.
I like that too. Gives you another way to like jump back into a glide. Actually, this didn't trigger a glide timer. So did you notice this? Like there's no timer on the screen for this glide. You can glide as long as you want on this one. Can I nitpick? Please do. I'm all about it, man. So he had just landed from this previous glide, and you see his
Another nice
timer is
thing about
recharging,
silos is you
right?
can
His timer
zip line up and
recharged for
take
his
off.
glide. Now he glides, and there is no timer. There's frame drops, yes. Yeah, I'm going to point that out. Also, you'll notice things will spawn in the background too, so keep an eye on the background.
And if that's not fast enough for you,
See? You see those rocks right here? Feel like I'm in Black Mirror now. Yeah, also there's some screen shake when they do the vehicles.
no vehicle, the Digirunner. Just hop on, hit boost, and get rolling.
You can customize
Yeah,
the
see the
body,
screen shake? Hate it. Hate the screen shake.
paint job, and even how it handles.
And because this is Borderlands, you best believe it has guns.
Yeah, there's some frame issues through this part here. And then you see a
As
lot
you
of things
traverse,
spawning
you'll
in the
encounter a
background,
host of
which-
dynamic events.
I mean, it's
From border
PlayStation 5,
patrols
I
to
guess,
world
but
bosses, there's always something.
It could also be a visual setting on like how quickly things in the background spawn in. I know that's a visual setting. And so you received a vault signal. Check your map to see the area.
All right, we're coming up on an order outpost.
Yeah, I'm fine. Like all the information that's coming up on screen, I'm fine with everything that's been doing all that stuff. So.
Let's see the new movement abilities in action.
This was my other concern while we were watching is just the field of view that they're playing at. And again, that's something that's always been something you can change outside of Borderlands 1. I cannot stand 90 field of view play.
Training our new traversal
It
ability.
literally, it sucks. There's people who I really enjoy watching their content because they're entertaining, but then if they're playing on 90 FOV, I'm like, nah, man, I'm out. So this part right here, he grabs the barrel back there. In one spot at least, I don't know where. Yeah, right here, he grabs this barrel, and then he chucks it to that guy. I love that. Again, I think that the 194 XP, put it down here, guys. Again, gearbox. You can put it right here. Just have it pop up, 194 XP. Same angle as all this stuff. It's out of the way. It's there if somebody wants to look at it. But having it down here off center in the middle of the screen feels very weird to me. Also, you guys notice this guy's got Chain Master written under his name. And you can see this chain that's leached over to this thing. These appear to be modifiers of some sort. I don't know if like every time you encounter this guy he's always a chain master. I doubt it. I think that these enemies have modifiers on them. So here you have this I thought was really cool. So you can see that if you do this mission, the mission's called Dark Subject, and the mission's right at the top of the card, which is really nice. I like that. You can also view it in your mission log, but you can see that you're going to get some sort of reward, either a blue or a purple, perhaps. You're going to get a cosmetic, you're going to get XP, and you're going to get money. I love that that is back. Thoughts on the HUD design? If we're talking about here, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with this. I think this part's fine. I don't like compass. I want a mini map. I don't like this though. I'll be honest. I don't like this down here, but it's fine, I guess.
And we put a ton of work into making it better than ever. Our improved lobby was just the start. You can also set your own campaign difficulty independently of the rest of the party. This way, everyone can tune the experience to their liking.
And you don't have to worry about looting and just stealing your drops, as loot is always instanced for each.
So is this the ordnance here, or is this the second net? Like, you got like 2 action skill options here? I'm confused.
What
Because
the
it's Tim.
hell is that?
Tim is contagious, whatever that means. I'm guessing a contagious enemy you need to stay away from. Which would be a problem for Rafa if you're going melee, right?
Everyone else heard the talking creep, right?
Also, you now have different challenges that'll pop up on the screen too. So it looks like some good
Everyone else
challenges are
heard the
back there.
talking creep, right?
K6, can you real quick provide a too long didn't read? K6 level of excitement after yesterday is a blank out of 10. 8.5. That's what I told Damn It to Hell literally right after my stream. All right. Let's take a moment to talk about this. I'm not a fan of this either. Okay, so number 1, you have slot 1 is here on the left, slot 2 is at the top, slot 3 is on the right, slot 4 is there. Why not just stack them? 1, 2, 3, 4. because you're going to have sniper rifles. And if you put a sniper rifle in slot 1, bro, that's going to be a tiny looking sniper rifle image. Also having slot 1 over here on the left, I don't get that either. Like, what? Why? Why not just put them as boxes? You can keep your little design elements and stuff, but just put them as, like, you know, rectangles and do slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4. I don't get this. There's this huge waste of space just to do like this PlayStation design looking thing. Maybe this is something that we can customize as well. Okay, so are we thinking that this is, I'm guessing this is a shield, and then you have 3 of these expansion thingies here. Okay, so now let's look here. So we got equipment, backpack, echo logs. That's all under inventory. So you click on inventory, then you can sort through those things. You got missions, you got your map, you got skills, which they'll show here in a minute. SDUs. I'm assuming that they're gonna let me buy SDUs from this screen, and I don't have to go back to a hub to buy SDUs. I'm okay with that. If you have to choose between using a heavy and a grenade, I'm already opposed. I don't understand. Customization, so you can change your skin and maybe change your name on the fly. I'm not sure on that one. 7 out of 16 is your backpack size early on, and then 25 bank. I'm hoping that this means that I can send things to the bank right here from my menu, and I don't have to like go back to a hub. I can literally just send it back. Maybe I'm guessing Echo 4. You just say, hey, Echo 4, you know, throw my shit in the bank. Now, Echo 4 also has 4 rewards over here for us, which we don't know how you earn those things. Then there's also a money symbol down here. All right, let's just let it play.
In Borderlands 4, each
I
piece
do
of gear
like,
comes
okay, I
from
will
one...
say this. I do like that your character's off to the side and not in the middle of the screen now. One thing that I really already hate is you're looking at this item card. The name of the gun is here, and submachine gun weapon is up here. Why? Why is the name of the gun not at the top? No sense at all. Like, we don't even need this symbol here, really. Like, this symbol could be a lot smaller and put, like, right up above here. We can tell that it's an SMG from the icon without it being half of the top of the card. It's like one of the biggest elements on the card. We don't need that. That's so weird. I don't get that at all. And then, you know, if you're playing co-op split screen, this is going to be some nightmare shit to read right here, dude.
With crit-friendly black powder weapons, the elemental expertise of Maliwan, Vladoff, who solve lower accuracy with more bullets, the toss to reload Tedior, or Torg with explosion! We also have 3 new ones. The Order with powerful charge and release blast.
This is going to be the least used manufacturer. Write it down. Charge to shoot. People hated that about Maliwan in Borderlands 3 for as strong as that shit was. But dude, charge to shoot, not popular. The Ripper is basically your COV bandit, you know, scav type weapon.
Auto Rippers. And the reliable, easy to use Daedalus, which can use multiple ammo types.
Yeah, so Daedalus, as my buddy Kaz have pointed out, Daedalus feels like it's some sort of weird combination between like Atlas, because look how you're holding that thing, and I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Atlas and Doll, maybe?
Daedalus, which can use multiple ammo types.
But that's just the start. We've introduced an all-new licensed parts system. This allows for behaviors and abilities from multiple manufacturers to spawn in a single weapon.
So this is interesting. So this is Borderlands 2 had a system similar to this. So like you would get, you know, say like a Vladoff grip on a Jacob sniper or whatever, you know what I mean? So this is kind of bringing back that Borderlands 2 style system. Pros and cons. One of the things that I don't think that the Borderlands 2 is the sheer amount of variety that you're going to get on a weapon and how hard it's going to be to get a god roll. It's going to be a nightmare.
For instance, this Vladoff assault rifle features a Torg mag, Hyperion shield, and a Maliwan elemental switch, meaning it shoots fast and explodes things.
When I played this back for Killer Bee, she almost laughed so hard she farted.
The higher the rarity, the more parts that can
It shoots fast and explodes things.
randomly spawn, creating wilder
Look at the blood on the ground. That's actually really nice. I like how it looks on that reflective surface.
And that's before even getting into alt fire modes, underbarrels, and elemental damage.
All right, so here we have the enhancement modifications. It seems like it's this slot that they're checking here. Okay, look. So we can also tell right here, this is like your healing thing. Wait, where are shields, bro? I don't know, dude. So each one of these things has like a different, and one of the things that we noticed the other day when we were looking through this stuff is that none of these stats are like stupid numbers so far. Weapons with torque license part fire stickies that hit for a bonus 50% damage when first attached. So you guys think this action fist that's on here's like a bonus roll or something? But you can see this symbol right here is this symbol, so you can quickly tell that this thing rolled action fist. All three of these appear to have the same thing on them, which is the same as what's on this one. This one is a purple and doesn't have anything. And this one has airstrike. So it looks like airstrike is on 3 of these, plus this one down here. Now I'm gonna let them say their thing here, and then we'll get into like breaking it down.
Finally, we've heard your feedback, and we've overhauled our drop rates and loot across the game. We've worked hard to make sure all our gear feels better than ever, while also making rarity matter again. This makes for our most satisfying loot chase ever. And at the top of everything are legendaries.
At the top of everything are legendaries. Not at the top of things for now, and that concerns me. I really wish they had said at the top of things at the moment are legendaries, but there's a chance that in the future we'll do pearlescence. I really think that pearlescence need to come back, and like I've said in the past, and like I heard Moxie say just the other day, bring them back, make them astronomically rare, only dropping from raid bosses. If you want to get them, you're going to have to kill that raid boss maybe 100 times. I don't know. Whatever it takes, you know. Have it be fixed parts. That way, if you do get it, you've got it. You're done. You've got it. But you worked your ass off to get it, and the parts are fixed, and that's what makes it special. And it's going to be like the best possible combination of parts for that type of item. This entire game is a loot chase.
These have always had unique effects that you won't find on any other piece of gear. But in Borderlands 3, they drop too often. This not only devalued legendaries, it made everything feel less valuable. In our new system, not only do all guns feel great, but now legendaries will truly be special events.
What do you guys make of these things? Is that just ammo? I guess it's just ammo.
We've added the magic back to our loot chase, and we know you'll love grinding all that great gear on Kairos.
But let's get back to combat so I can show you my favorite thing.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. I think R1 is 100% definitely ordnance. Because look, this one says you got a 50 capacity on the ordnance of whatever you got equipped on there.
This is the new gear slot for grenades and heavy weapons like rocket launchers.
The ammo count's going down.
Is this the welcome committee then?
Instead of taking up a gun slot and ammo, ordnance now has cooldown timers.
Grenades and heavy weapons like rocket launchers.
Is this the welcome committee then?
Instead of taking up a gun slot and ammo, ordnance now has cooldown timers. No more saving the big guns for boss fights. Now you can blow stuff up as often as you want.
All right, so I have mixed feelings about that. I have very mixed feelings about that. I don't know why they would make you choose between grenades and launchers or machine guns as often as you want, except that there's a timer.
Every Vault Hunter has a set of 3 unique.
Okay, now I'm going to be straight up. The first time I saw this, I was like, oh no, I don't know if I like this. But the more I look at it, the more I do like it. Now, it looks like at this point they've invested 19 XP or 19 points into the skill tree. So it looks like they're still doing the 5 in tier 1 to get to level 2, then 5 in level 2 to get to level 3. But because they've spent 7, 8, 9, 10, they spent 10 up here. They didn't have to spend 5 in this level to get down to here. And then they spent 5 here, and now they're down to this tree. So in order to hit a capstone, it can be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. At level 26. At level 26, you should be able to hit a capstone if you get 1 XP per level. 26, maybe 27, so maybe 28. It looks like you might not get your first skill point at level 1 or 2 again. It says they've invested 19, but clearly they've invested more than that. Because there's 10, it's 13, 15, 18, it's 22. There's 22 already invested in here. So how is it 19 points invested? Class mod? If it's a class mod, then they need to have a better indicator of where it's boosting points at. Like they do on Borderlands 3. The blue icon. Oh, these right here. You think this is it? Oh, okay. So points here from your class mod. Points here from your class mod. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's class mod points. 19. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, it's 19 without those 3. Good call. So I'm going to pause this, and this way, if anybody wants to, they can read all the effects of this, but I'm not going to go into it because we don't really know what much of this stuff means just yet.
I'd been using Incarnate to deliver powerful phase blasts. But let's switch it up to Phase Familiar.
All right, so Phase Familiar. Once again, pausing in case you guys want to read that.
As you can see, each action skill has its own branching skill tree, giving you more build freedom than ever before.
All right, so once they hit the 5-point mark, you can see that it very clearly unlocks level 2 over here. You think the class mod might have points in other trees, but we don't see them? It's possible.
This gives us a chance to talk about traits. Each Vault Hunter has a unique passive ability called a trait. For Vex, her action skills attune to the element of her equipped weapon. So by swapping guns, I can change Trouble's...
Okay, hold on. I want to look at this gun swap. All right, so as you can see, they this triangle button, they hold
By
that,
swapping guns,
and that pulls up your quick select option here. Like just the shape of this makes it hard to show off like the gun real easily. Do you know what I mean? Like if you have a sniper in this slot, it's getting smushed. I think this is funny watching this gameplay because it seems like they got really confused about what's an enemy and what's not. And again, if they have to consult that compass to try and locate where the enemies are, I totally understand why they got confused. See, like here he's like, oh, you know, he shoots it like Hermes because it's just a nightmare to try and figure this shit out from that compass. I cannot state this clearly enough. The compass is an astronomical downgrade from a mini-map.
I'm down. But thankfully, our fight for your life
So he gets a melee kill to get out of that.
makes a return. Of course, I could have avoided it in the first place if I had just used my rep kit. This new piece of gear provides health and other buffs, like temporarily boosting my elemental damage, rate of fire, or movement speed.
So depending on what you have slotted for your healing thing, it's going to give you different perks, is what they're saying basically.
I'm almost afraid to ask what's in the tube.
Ugh, look at these guys. Are those crystals growing out of them?
By the way, if you're looking to experience the story again or just grind for loot, we've added full mission and boss replay.
Catch that? They've added full mission and boss replay. So that is huge. But what's interesting is what they say next.
That's right. No more save loading to run bosses.
No more save loading to run bosses. That's huge.
Now you can return to the arena and use Moxie's big encore machine to spawn another run.
Return to the arena, use Moxie's big encore machine to spawn another run. So does that also mean no True Water mode, ultimate mode? I'm 100% a-okay with that.
But we'll talk more about endgame later.
Yeah, they said they're going to talk more about endgame later, so I'm guessing that's going to be in like an upcoming thing.
Let's jump ahead and show you something truly badass. In Borderlands 4, our bosses are bigger and better than ever, putting all your new skills.
So what do you guys make of this? This is crazy, dude. We don't want to talk to her
gear,
ever
and
again.
abilities to the ultimate test.
Great aim, dude. This gun right here, by the way, I hate it. I hate this. I hate the thing sticking off the end of it because it almost looks like That's where you're gonna aim it. It's like, I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it. You look handsy? Yeah, you do be looking handsy, bro.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I like the little, the hand crawling spider dude down here in the bottom.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Spoilers.
Spoilers, dude. Look how badass this is, though.
That's enough of that for now. But we look forward to showing you much more this June at our first hands-on gameplay event.
There you go.
And from everyone at Gearbox, thank you for joining us.
I love it. I love it. There's things that I don't like. Again, I don't want you guys to like hear my complaints about like the compass, especially. That's like my biggest complaint. I don't want you to hear that and be like, oh, K6 is just complaining because he's a whiny old bitch. That has nothing to do with it. I'm just a whiny old bitch in general. I think, in general, I think that a lot of people agree with me that lack of minimap is a mistake.